Morning everyone. Welcome to the SQL tutorial. So in the last video, we have saw about the text functions. So link is in the description. So if you haven't watched the video, so you can have a look on that. So today we are going to see about the number functions in SQL. So these are some of the number functions. We have round, ceiling, floor, power, square root, sine, and absolute function. So let's discuss one by one. So so we have our employee table. Okay. So okay, consisting of the respective columns. So this employee table shows about the employee details like the employee's name and salary and from which city, okay, the employee is. Okay, so let me select only ID, first name. Okay, let me concat this. Okay, as name, and let's say salary of an employee. Okay. Okay, perfect. So now this table describes us about the employee name and his or her salary. Okay, so you may notice here that some of employees having their salary in decimal. So what if I want to show the employee's salary in the round figures? Okay, so for this type of scenario, so we can use the number functions. Okay, so let's talk about the round functions. Okay, so now I need ID, name, and now I have to round off the salary. Okay, so I will use the round function. Okay, familiar function name. So the word itself suggests means we are rounding to a some particular figure. Okay, so rounding the salary. Okay, but we have to pass two arguments. First the column name and followed by the argument. I'm going to discuss about the second argument. So let's execute this first. Okay, and compare the two queries. Okay, let's start compare. Okay, the first employee salary is something 40,000.255. Okay, so now it is rounded off to 40,000. Okay, okay, let's talk about the employee whose ID is 3, that is Rejoy Peter, whose salary is 42,000.55. Now it is rounded up to 42,001. Okay, so what this round function did, it it has taken the highest value. Okay, depending upon the value. Now let's say, see, for the employee whose ID is 1, his salary was 40,000.255. So by default it has taken the closest value. So point after decimal we have 2. So for the range from 0 to 4, it will take the lowest value. Okay, lowest value. Okay, and from 5 onwards, 5 to, let's say, 9, so it will take the highest value. Okay, so okay, so see, for the employee ID 14, his salary 60,000.88. So here you may see here it is 5 to 9, so highest value it has taken. So in this way the round function works. Now let's say, okay, so now I want to round the salary of employees after decimal. So this second argument is indicates the number of decimal. Okay. So, so after decimal, we have to mention the number of decimals to round off. So let's say I want to consider only the after decimal first 3 points. Okay. So now I am executing again. So as you can see here, the employee ID 14, Emily Davis. Okay, her salary is 60,881 only. Okay, so in this way the round function works actually. Okay, now let's talk about the ceiling function and floor function. So again, quite familiar word. Ceiling means what? Okay, consider a room. In a room, room contains ceiling and floor. Ceiling means the upper part. So again, highest value, and floor means the lowest value. So the function works like that only. So just a minute. So this was about the round function. Okay. Now let's talk about the ceiling. So I need again. I'm going to replace this. I will use the same query. So here I just want the highest value. I need to show the employee's salary. Okay. So it has taken again the highest value. So okay, the ceiling function will take. Now, okay, no, just a minute. Let's compare this with this one. So as you can see here, employee ID 3 again, Rejoy Peter, 42,000.55. So using the ceiling function, again, it has taken the highest value, so 42,001. Okay. Here again, the employee ID 6, Emily Davis, 55,000.23. There, when we have used the round function, it was 55,000. Okay. Here it has taken the highest value. You can see here 55,001. Though after decimal it's zero point 0.2 only, but still. So this way the ceiling function works. So floor function is totally the opposite of ceiling function. So here now you may observe the Emily Davis, her salary will be 55,000 only. Okay, so let me execute the query now to show you. So as you can see here, her salary is 55,000 because now we are using the floor function, so it is again the lowest value. Okay, so moving on to the next function, power function. So again, in mathematics we have studied the exponential, right? So it's kind of that only. So let's say, to understand first, let's understand how, let's say in mathematics we use, no, right, 2 to the power 3. So it's nothing but 8, right? 2 into, it's actually what, 2 into 2 into 2, it's 8. Okay, so same here. First we have to mention, we have to pass two arguments, 2 comma 3, that is 2 to the power 3. Simple. So this is nothing but the use of power function. Okay, square root again. So okay, what is the square root of, let's say, 25? We know it's 5. Okay, so as you can see here, it's 5. What is the square root of 8? Actually it's 2 root 2, but if we want in decimal, it's nothing but 2.82. Okay, so simple. Oh, now sine function. Sine function is nothing but uh, if the, for positive values it will return 1. Okay, okay, if the value is value is positive, so it will return 1. Okay. Else if negative, then -1. Else if the value is 0, so it will be 0. So this is nothing but the use of sign function. So here, if we take this example, our employee table, let me show you. I want sign function. So okay, currently you can see here we are getting 1 because each and every employee's salary here is positive, so we are getting 1. So let's, okay, we will, for understanding, let me show you. I will update one employee's salary into negative. So let's say update employee. Okay, set salary to, let's say, -100. Okay, and where ID, let's say 2. Okay, okay, one row affected. Now, okay, now let's see. Let me check first. Okay, so here John King, okay, his salary is -100. So using sign function for this employee ID2, uh, we should get -1. So as you can see, it's returning -1 because his salary is in negative, so it's returning -1. So in this way, the sign function works. Okay, absolute function. Absolute function is something but the absolute value. Okay, absolute value. Okay, of the given values, absolute value. Or in other words, we can say it's distance from 0. Okay, or as I said, absolute. Okay, now let's understand. Say, let's say, okay, let me use this query. Let's say, let's see whether it works. So I'm using here absolute of salary. Okay, so we know that the employee ID, employees whose ID is 2, that is John King, salary is 100. So by using the absolute function, we will get salary as 100 here. Okay, so see. Okay, so as you can see here, because it's taking the absolute value. Okay, so, or in other words, it's distance from 0. It's actually 100. Okay, irrespective of whether it's positive or negative, we are just taking the value, absolute value. So in this way, the absolute function works. So these are some of the number functions which we have discussed here. So there are many more number functions, so you can explore for better understanding. So this was all about the number functions. If you have any doubts, please mention that in the comment section. I'll try to resolve your doubts. So like, share and subscribe, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying the SQL tutorial. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day.